Good afternoon, everyone. So, how are you today? Alright, good to hear that you are doing well. So, this afternoon, we are going to travel different places in Asian countries. So, are you now ready? Alright, so before that, let's have a short prayer. Everybody, please stand. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so are you now ready for this afternoon's class? Alright, that's great. So I want you to look at your seatmates, your group mates, and tell me who are absent. Okay, let's have here group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. Alright, shall we give everyone a round of applause? Because everybody are present. Okay, so are you now excited? Okay, I can hear you. Alright, so you are now excited to travel different countries in Asia. So particularly some of the countries in Asia, and we are going to learn the traditional musical theater in different countries. So not all countries in Asia, but we will pick interesting countries in Asia. So before that, I want you to listen properly and observe what you have seen on the video clip, and try to observe also what can you hear on the music, and try to analyze the different instruments that are being used. Are you now ready? Okay, please sit comfortably and try to meditate and analyze what you have seen on the video clip. This is an example musical theater in a particular country in Asia. So we will know what particular country it is. Okay, you try to listen the music. Okay, here you try to listen to the different musical instruments that are present in the video clip. Okay, so let's have here, what do you observe on the video? Okay, based on the actions, let's focus on the musicality. What have you observed? Yes? Yeah, you can hear different musical instruments that are present. Okay, that is a good observation. Now, do you have any idea about the nationality of the performers? Right? Can I hear? Yes, most likely it is an Asian people. And those are coming from, yes? Yeah, it came from the country of China. Okay, so let's have here. I want you to look at the Asian map here. I have an Asian map here and try to locate the different Asian countries posted on the board. So I want you to locate 3 countries. First is Japan, next is China, and next is Indonesia. Okay, we have here. Let's travel to the different countries of Asia, particularly in Japan, China, and Korea. Now, where is China? Of course, you can see here, this is China. Okay, how about Japan? Yeah, you can see here, on the east side of Asia is Japan. And how about Indonesia? You can see here, the southern part, okay, the Southeast Asian part of the map, or in Asia. What I mean to say is that we can see here, Southeast Asia, Indonesia can be found in Southeast Asia. And China and Japan can be found in East Asia, or east part of Asia. Alright, so for today's class, our learning competency is to identify the instruments that accompany Kabuki, Wayang, Kulit, and Peking opera. So these are the traditional musical theater in Asia. So we have here, it is important to know what are the different musical instruments used to accompany in their musical performance, to understand its features and share its characteristics. So later on, we will know the different musical instruments that are present in accompanying the musical theater in China, Japan, and Korea. So as you can see, China, Japan, and Indonesia are just near to each other. That's why they have a big influence from each country to another country. Alright, now next is, I want you to observe another video clip. There are many kinds of musical instruments that are present. And let us try to identify the musical instruments that are posted on the board according to aerophone, chordophone, membranophone, and idiophone. So this, I will not post it anymore, but I want to show you different pictures or different musical instruments that you can see on the video clip a while ago. So this one is an example musical instrument that are present in the video clip that you have seen a while ago. So can you identify or can you classify them according to chordophone, idiophone, membranophone, or aerophone? Okay, here this is an idiophone. Good job. How about this one? How about this? Okay, small gongs. A set of small gongs. Yes? Yeah, you're right. It's also idiophone. How about this one? Yeah, this is a wooden xylophone. Okay, this is also idiophone. How about this one? This is also present in the video clip. Alright, this is also an idiophone. So most likely, the musical instrument that are present in the video clip that is shown to you a while ago is more on percussion instrument, particularly idiophone. Alright, so we have here traditional Asian theater. The music of the traditional Asian theater contributes certain characteristics such as the tonal system and the cultural influences. Their musical instruments have contributed much to the region's identity in shaping its unique culture. So, going back to our learning competency, we are going to identify the musical instruments that accompany Kabuki theater, Peking opera, and the Wayang Kulit. Now let's start here with Japanese theater, or known as Kabuki theater's musical instrument. Okay, we have here, okay, this one. Okay, first instrument is shamisen. Okay, shamisen is a plucked string instrument. We have here chuzumi. Chuzumi is an hourglass-shaped drum. We have here another musical instrument, which is known as udaiko, a Japanese big drum. So these three major musical instruments are present in accompanying Japanese theater or the Kabuki theater. Now let's try to fly over to the next country, which is Peking opera or the Chinese theater. Now we have here jingho, a two-string instrument played with a bow. Okay, you can see there a string instrument which is known as jingho. We have also another string instrument which is also known as yuken, a four-string instrument that is plucked. The same thing with jingho. It is a string instrument, but jingho is more on two strings and yuken has four strings. Next we have here sunshine, a three-string instrument that is plucked. Okay, most likely the musical instruments in China are more on chordophone or string instruments. So we also have here variety of gongs and cymbals, creates rhythms and graceful melodies. Okay, so now let's try to visit another country, which is the Indonesian Wayang Kulit Puppet Shadow Theater. So, as we all know, in our previous lesson, during our first reading, a gamelan ensemble is an ensemble that accompanies the Wayang Kulit. It is comprised mainly by bronze percussion instruments augmented by other percussion instruments, strings, and a flute. So let's have here another set of musical instruments accompanying the Wayang Kulit or the puppet shadow play in Indonesia. So we have here, first is saron, a xylophone of heavy bronze bars. Second is dender, a bronze xylophone with resonance chambers beneath. We have here bonang, set of bronze or balls, set of bronze balls. Another is gongs and kimpol, the hanging gongs. So by the way, class, I've been showing you these musical instruments a while ago. So in the second video clip that you have that I've shown to you a while ago, these musical instruments are present in a Wayang Kulit theater or a puppet shadow play in Indonesia. So we have here kenong and kertok, single inverted bronze bowl, and gambang, a wooden xylophone. We also have here rabab, two-string fiddle, and the last one, we also have here suling, a bamboo flute, and kendang, horizontal drum beat with the fingers on both ends. Alright, so these musical instruments are most likely consist of membranophone, idiophone, string, and aerophone. So what's the difference? Okay, let's have a quick review. What's the difference between idiophone and membranophone? So these musical instruments are both percussion instruments, but when we talk about membranophone, it is made by a skin of an animal, and you are going to play that with your bare hands, or you are touching the membrane of the musical instruments. Whereas when it is idiophone, it is made up of metal or bronze, and you are going to use padded sticks or sticks in playing those musical instruments. But both of them are percussion instruments. Everything's clear? Alright, so let's have here. Okay, in our lesson, we already know the different or example musical instruments coming from China, Japan, and Indonesia. So we are going to identify the following instruments according to each region. So I'm going to pick here, if you could still remember the musical instrument that I showed to you a while ago, we are going to identify what particular country they belong. Okay, let's have here first instrument. Okay, this is yuken. Yuken is originated in what country? Alright, very good. So it is coming from the country of China. Good job. Now how about this instrument? Okay, this instrument is coming from the country of, yes? Yeah, very good. It came from the country of Japan. How about this one? A bamboo flute. A bamboo flute is originated in what country? Yes, they came from the country of, yes, Indonesia. Alright, so now I want you to get your paper or utilize your notebook. I will flash the different musical instruments and try to write in your notebook or in your paper the country which they belong, or the country of origin of the particular instrument. Now let's have here this one. Okay, another. Here. Okay, symbols. Okay, another. Okay, this one. Okay, how about this? Alright, good job. Now let's have here. Let us try to check what country do they belong. Now let's have here this one. Yes, this is coming from Japan. You check your own paper, Japan. How about this one? Okay, the same thing. Japan. How about this? Okay, China. Very good. How about this one? Okay, this one. Alright? Yeah, the country of Indonesia. Okay, very good. Now let's give everyone a round of applause. Good job. Now let's have here another activity. So I want you to identify the instruments that accompany the musical theater of China, Peking opera through a picture or word puzzle. So I just have here, okay, the instrument in China. So I want you to identify them. Okay, what's the name? We have here Jingo. Okay, another instrument. Yes? Alright, we have sunshine. Next, we also have, what's this? Yeah, we also have here Odaiko. If you could still remember, Odaiko is a big drum. Okay, everybody, shall we give a round of applause? Okay, that is a good job. Now let's have here. Okay, what is your generalization and how are you going to analyze? Why do we need to study or why do we need to learn the different musical instruments in different countries in Asia? Okay, particularly China, Japan, and Indonesia. Okay, so it is important to learn the musical instruments in the different countries for us to share their culture because some of the musical instruments in that particular country are also being influenced by our country in the Philippines. Especially in Indonesia, most likely we have these instruments called Kulit, which is the same, almost the same with the musical instrument in Indonesia. We also have here sets of string instruments, like if you know our rondalla or orchestra, they also have the gamelan ensemble. Those particular musical instruments are also present in our country. And we also try to learn and appreciate their music. It's because we are being influenced from the different countries in China, Japan, and also in Indonesia. So for your evaluation, I will giving you sets of papers or answer sheets. So if you can see in your answer sheets, you have there Activity 1 and Activity 2. For Activity 1, you are going to identify the musical instruments of the different countries in Japan, China, and Korea. So you can see in your sheets, there are different instruments, and you're going to identify them whether it's idiophone, chordophone, membranophone, or aerophone. For the next activity, for Activity 2, you are going to identify the country of origin. So where that particular instrument is originated. Is it from Japan, China, or in Indonesia? Do you have other questions? Okay, since you don't have any questions, so I'll see you next time. Have a great afternoon.